Hello, welcome back. Good evening. It's 9 p.m. Saturday evening. Download more PDF and update my read list. The last PDF is online. I think that was the TSMC Taiwan Semiconductor. Something, I don't know what the M was. But I did need, because this other read list is a big mess. I have to start a new paper. This up top there, Chips and Science Act. I find some more there. I don't read this now, that's for later. So, but I have 30 read lists, so actually this is so many. I did start, I like to read about the Pentium, we need to go back to that soon. But I need to read this, but this read it's grow and always space for more, but I should stop, or I just have to stop, read what we do soon. Then I jump back to the Pentium, finish this, and then I can go back to all this. I look what I'm doing, but for now I just follow this read list, just for now. So let's do that. That's just the top there, this top, then I'll go back to this read list there. And all this memory, but it's more easy, I show it. But the video is not about my read lists. I think, because I have to adjust my camcorder again. Because this laptop was not standing level on my table, so now I did adjust my laptop, and now the camcorder is not fitting. Good. No, that's the Chips and Science Act, Semiconductor Chip Protection Act, Semiconductor Industries, and then we go back to the semiconductor manufacturer companies like Samsung Electronics, Global Foundries, NXP, and Intel. I have read, but just read Intel. I like to read Intel again many times. Texas Instruments, United there, and then list of semiconductor fabrication plants. Then we go to all the memories, all type of EDRAM, the DRAM, dynamic random access memory, static RAD, the SRAM, more long words, SDRAM and DDR, SDRAM, and then that's version number 1 maybe, and then number 2, 3, 4, 5, this is the latest. And microcontrollers, we should maybe move that. No, let's keep it there. Vacuum tube computers, vacuum tubes, transistors, John von Neumann, that's 70 pages. Von Neumann, Enigma there, so there, I don't know, that's like to take 2 weeks, long time to read this. But let's try it. But so this is the Chip and Science Act. 4 pages. Let's just start. We can maybe do it one video.
Chips and Science Act. Chips and Science Act, Great Seal of the United States. Long title: Creating Helpful Incentives to Produce Semiconductors for America Act. Nickname: SCHIPS Plus. Enacted by the 117th United States Congress, effective August 9, 2022. Citations: Public Law Pub.L. 117-167. Menu. GPO has not yet published law. Legislative history: introduced in the House of Representatives as H.R. 4346, the Supreme Court Security Funding Act of 2022 by Tim Ryan, D.O., on the 1st of July 2021. Committee consideration by House Appropriations. Passed the House on July 28, 2021. 215-207. Passed the Senate as the CHIPS and Science Act on July 27, 2022, 6433. The CHIPS and Science Act, or Creating Helpful Incentives to Produce Semiconductors for America Act, also known as simply the CHIPS Act, is a U.S. federal statute enacted by the 117th United States Congress and signed into law by President Joe Biden on the 9th of August, 2022. The act provides billions of dollars in new funding to boost domestic research and manufacturing of semiconductors in the United States. 1. It channeled more than $52 billion into researching semiconductors and other scientific research, with the primary aim of countering China. The bill passed the Senate by a vote of 64-33 on July 27, 2022. 2. On the 28th of July, the $280 billion bill passed the House by a vote of 243-187. 1.3. 4. Contents. Background and provisions. Passage. Support and opposition. Support. Opposition. See also. References. Background and provisions. The bill was considered amidst a global semiconductor shortage and intended to provide subsidies and tax credits to chip makers with operations in the United States. The Department of Commerce was granted the power to allocate funds based on companies' willingness to sustain research, build facilities, and train new workers. 5. The CHIPS Act includes $39 billion in tax benefits and other incentives to encourage American companies to build new chip manufacturing plants in the U.S. 6. Companies are subjected to a 10-year ban prohibiting them from producing chips more advanced than 28 nanometers in China and Russia if they are awarded subsidies under the Act. 7. With amendment. House agreed to Senate amendment on July 28, 2022, 243-187-1. Signed into law by President Joe Biden on the 9th of August, 2022. The final version of the legislation included a provision introduced by Democratic Representative Darren Soto of Florida to create a blockchain specialist position within the Office of Science and Technology Policy, OSTP. 8. Passage. Every senator which caucuses with the Democratic Party except for Bernie Sanders voted in favor of passing the CHIPS Act, and they were joined by 17 Republican senators, which included Senate Republican leader Mitch McConnell, Utah Senator Mitt Romney, and South Carolina Senator Lindsey Graham. 2. Support and opposition. Support. Many legislators and elected officials from across both the federal government and various state governments endorsed the passage. A bipartisan group of governors consisting of Pennsylvania's Tom Wolf, Alabama's Kay Ivey, California's Gavin Newsom, Kentucky's Andy Beshear, Michigan's Gretchen Whitmer, Wisconsin's Tony Evers, Illinois J.B. Pritzker, Kansas' Laura Kelly, and North Carolina's Roy Cooper pushed for the passage of the bill back in November of 2021. 9. 10. Separately, Ohio Governor Mike DeWine, whose state became the home of Intel's newest semiconductor fabrication plant in the Columbus suburb of New Albany, as well as Texas Governor Greg Abbott and Texas Senator John Cornyn, whose state was the home of a major investment from Samsung, each pushed for the bill to be passed and applauded at its advancement through Congress. 11, 12, 13. It has received widespread support from chip firms, though they were concerned about the provision banning them from further investments in China. 14, 15. Opposition. The bill was criticized by Republican House Leader Kevin McCarthy and Senator Bernie Sanders as a blank check, which the latter equated to a bribe to semiconductor companies. 2, 3. China lobbied against the bill and criticized it as being reminiscent of a Cold War mentality. 16. See also America Competes Act of 2022 Original House Version, United States Innovation and Competition Act Original Senate Version. References.
Good.
1 Johnson, Lamar, the 9th of August.
Stop. So that was 11 minutes, so let's just continue. The next one, Chip and Science Act. Let's close it and read this one.